Hey everyone, it is K2 Investing here. My name is Karen and I want to go over my dividend payout for the month of April 2020. Up on the screen you can see my Robinhood portfolio. It is sitting at $15,463. Definitely down on the day, 627. Big pullback, 3.9%. A little bit of a bounce during the after hours of $14, but that really doesn't amount to much. Going across the charts here just so you can see exactly how my portfolio has been performing on the week. It started off very green, had a nice little rally, a push up almost 7% at one time. And Thursday and Friday, it took it all back. So at the end of the week, we did end red. For the month, it is green. That's a good sign. We're still in the grips of this corona pandemic, so it's still very unclear which way the market is going. But it is nice to go across these charts and to finally see some green happening. On the 3-month, this is where you can definitely see that pullback. But again, you're seeing these little dips and stuff, but we are definitely seeing somewhat of an uptrend. Again, hard to tell what that means exactly, but it is nice to see that difference. 1-year chart, same thing. And the all chart. So I think at its worst, my portfolio was down about 32%. Let's see here. Yeah, 32%. But at its peak, back in January, my portfolio was doing pretty well at $21,000. Again, for those of you who don't know, when I originally got into the market, I got into it because I was very interested in day trading. If you don't know, you need at least $25,000 in your account to be able to day trade without restrictions. So once I figured out just how hard it was to actually day trade and how much research and time and experience it takes to really be successful at it, I changed my strategy to the long-term buy and hold dividend, which is what I've been doing in the past 2 or 3 years, while I take that extra time to really learn how to day trade. So I was trying to hit that goal at 25,000, and it is a little disheartening to see that you are so close and to have it all taken away from you. But what's nice is having those dividend payouts, because that keeps you motivated, and seeing that my dividends are continuing to grow and continuing to make my portfolio progress and be successful really helps keep that motivation. So here in the Robinhood app, if you want to see exactly where your dividend payouts are, you're going to go to this little head shoulder looking thing. You're going to go to statements and history. You're going to scroll down where it says show more and go across to dividends. And this is going to just filter out all your history to dividends in general. You can see what I have pending here for the month of May, but the past 30 days will actually tell you exactly what got paid out in the month of April. And if you click on one of these here, it will tell you the amount per share and the total amount that you received. You guys can see that I have a point option here. That's because I do have fractional shares on Robinhood enabled, and I do reinvest my dividends to a lot of my shares that I hold. So as you can see, the dividend reinvestment, meaning that when my dividend gets paid out, the next day at market open, it automatically buys more shares at whatever that market price is. So it adds to my position and it keeps that dividend growing. Some of the stocks that I own that I'm not sure if I want to keep or hold or sell, I actually just have that dividend paying right back into my cash holdings so I can reinvest it somewhere else where I think it will be more useful. I'm going to go into Google Sheets here. Google Sheets is the app and the program that I use to actually track my dividends. I just had my taxes come back. I'm always a late bloomer when it comes to doing my taxes. I did them in April, so I got everything back, and I was very surprised at how close my overall payout for the month of 2019 was with what Robinhood was tracking. So this is actually was very helpful to make sure that everything was on point. But going across the screen here, you can see the green shades and the blue shades. The green represents dividends that were paid out for Robinhood, and the blue represents Webull. I do have about $3,000 in a Webull account, and I got the account just because I wanted to check out a different platform. I do really enjoy the Webull platform, but because I was so close to getting that 25K in Robinhood, I continue to put my main focus on there. The only time I add more money into Webull is when they have promotions where it's like, add $1,000, we'll give you 2 free stocks type of deal. So I do occasionally add money into that account, but not as often as Robinhood. So from left to right, you can see where it says the date. So that is the day that the dividend was actually paid out, the stock ticker symbol, so which stock it was exactly, the price per share, so how much they're paying out for that dividend, the number of shares that I was holding at the time, and then of course the total. So if you take that price and you times it by how many stocks you have, that's the total that you're going to get. Going down here, you see where it says previous total. That was my previous total for the entire year. The orange total is the actual total for the month. So as you can see for April, $78.69. And then the year-to-date total is those two previous and the new total added together to give me my overall for the year. One more thing I like to track is I like to track my year-to-date average, meaning I take that total and I divide it by the month. So being April, I divide it by 4, meaning that on average each month I'm getting $72 for my dividend payout. And then I always keep my year-end highest average, knowing that in a previous month, at what time was it actually at its highest. Another way that helps me stay motivated is tracking my 2019 stats. For the entire year, I made $546.73 with the average of $45 per month. So as you can see, my average is always well above that 45. And already for the year of 2020, I am more than halfway to my 2019 total, meaning that at 4 months in, I'm ahead than I would be at 6 months back in 2019. So that's a nice thing to see. Again, that shows that I am progressing. So across the bottom, you can see my other previous months. We're going to go ahead and look at those real quick. In January, $41. In February, $67. And in March, $102.99. March was definitely my biggest payout. I know some people might say, hey, you made less this month in April, but really, I do own a lot of stocks that are quarterly paying out dividends, meaning that every 3 months is when they pay out as opposed to every month. So at the end of each quarter, that month is usually considerably higher than a normal month. But again, over $100 is the most I've ever had as a payout. So another milestone hit for my portfolio. Keeps me motivated, keeps me going, and I love it every single time. Guys, that's it. I just want to give you a quick recap on my portfolio and on my dividend payout for the month of April 2020. If you guys are interested, I do plan on here in a couple days making a video about my Robinhood portfolio and going into every single share that I own, why I own it, what I plan to do with it in the future. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to try to do those a couple times a week. So hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see today, if you think I did well, whatever the case may be, please put it in the comments if you have any advice or any questions. And if you think you learned anything from this video or you just had a good time watching it, please hit that like button. But as always, guys, I hope you stay green and you stay classy and you make your moves with kinetic knowledge. Take it easy.